This is the C.O.O.K.I.E.Sports podcast, and today we are going to tell you how we rank the teams from 32 to 9. Well, at 32, I have the Giants.
At 32, I also have the Giants. They're just a terrible team this year.
Their coach, they finally fired him, though. They fired some people in the main office.
They're probably going to get rid of Danny Dimes.
I don't know. They might run it back one more year with Danny Dimes.
I hope not. We'll take it Brian Flores. I doubt it.
Oh, if they get Brian Flores, they're going to get Deshaun Watson because they text each other and they want to go to the same team.
At 31, I have the Texans.
At 31, I have the Jaguars.
Wow. That's different. The Texans have a bright future, but as they were this year, they were just hot garbage. We're doing this going into the offseason.
This is true. I don't know. I don't like the owner of the Jaguars. The owner of the Jaguars just brings down the whole team for me.
I'm really excited to see who they hire.
I'm not, because who's making the decisions of who they hire?
Well, if they hire an offensive coordinator that actually knows what they're doing, they're probably going to hire a defensive coordinator and ruin everything. But if they hire a good offensive coordinator to come and fix their team, that'd be really cool. I believe in the Jags, but I have the Texans here. Let's move on to 30.
I have the Texans.
I have the Jets.
You have the Jets.
Yeah, I think the Jets are hot poo-poo water.
You think they're hot poo-poo water more than the Texans? Oh,
honestly, I think the Jets are going to be the worst team in the league next year.
You think? Nah.
That's what I think.
The worst team in the league next year is obviously
I think it's going to be like Jets and Bears.
Broncos are on a decline.
Yeah.
Worst team in the league. Then they're going to get a number 1 overall pick. It's going to be some great quarterback. And
they're just going to get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson.
No.
I don't think the Broncos are going to be back next year. I have the Jets at 30. I just don't feel the Jets. Like I said, they're trash. I don't like Zach Wilson. I don't like anybody on their defense. I think they'll have a good draft this season, but I think as far as this season went, wasn't good.
I have the Texans because the Texans, they're just there. They have a bunch of picks missing this year. Next year, they don't have a head coach. They have a rookie quarterback that no one likes, but I think is good. And they have a lineman that's pretty good. And a really good receiver.
Yeah.
That's about it. They're not going to trade him because then they'll have no one.
At number 29, I have the Jags.
At number 29, I have the Jets.
So we had the same bottom 4. They were just in different orders. I like the Jags a lot, actually. I like the upsides to Trevor Lawrence. I like the upsides to Josh Allen. And the defense, I feel like there's a lot of key components there that are nice building blocks. They did a lot this season. And they still got the number 1 pick.
I have the Jets. I like their line. I like Mekhi Beckham. I like Quentin Williams on the defensive line. I think maybe I like the head coach too because he runs a nice defense. And maybe if Zach Wilson can throw a football good or kind of good next year, they'll be okay.
I just didn't like their revolving door quarterback this year. It wasn't for me.
It wasn't even a really revolving door. Zach Wilson got injured.
4 guys was quarterback for a minute.
For the Jets?
The Jets, yeah. There was Zach Wilson, there was Joe Flacco, there was Mike White, and there was one more.
No, the 4 was the Saints.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of teams that had a couple of problems. Because I think the Falcons also had a couple of guys going in and out.
No, the Panthers had 3 guys going in and out.
Speaking of which, I have the Panthers at 28.
I also have the Panthers at 28.
Panthers were bad this year, guys.
They
beat the Cardinals.
But they were also hot poo-poo water. Falling from the Washington football team's ceiling.
I don't even understand what happened with the Panthers.
They looked really good, and then CMC got injured, and then they got exposed, and then they were bad.
Terrible season. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much faith people should really have in CMC in the future.
He's too injury prone to actually have any faith in.
Yeah, but I feel like he's one of those players where you say that about them because there are players where you say they're injury prone every year, and then one year they just go off.
Yeah, one year there's I didn't get injured this season. I was an MVP, and then they go back to getting injured.
So you have to just look out for that. It's probably gonna be 2 seasons, but I don't know.
I can see it being next year. He can he's gonna drag him 2 rounds into the playoffs, and then
we'll see.
Go down.
And number 27, I have the Bears.
Number 27, I have the Broncos.
Yeah, the Bears were bad.
The Broncos, they don't have a head coach, and they don't have a quarterback.
The Bears also don't have a head coach.
But they do have a quarterback, but they also have a bunch of other holes in there, just
everything, everywhere. Oh my God, there's... And the cap for the Bears is kind of stupid right now. That's what happens when you sign Nick Foles. Your cap gets all stupid.
$10 million.
I think it was $20 million, and then Andy Dalton was $10 million.
Oh God, I thought it was flipped, and that honestly made me feel better. But
nope.
If it's flipped the other way, that makes me feel worse.
Yeah, it's bad over there.
God. Okay, and at 26, I have the Washington football team.
At 26, I have the Atlanta Falcons.
I think they need a lot of help on their offense. Their defense was good last year, kind of all right this year, and like, I don't know what else to say.
The Falcons are a complete mess in my eyes. We have on defense, we have just nothing. We have a team that's strong for a good maybe 2 quarters, and then just falls apart. Consistently falls apart.
It's whenever, is it Jarrett gets tired?
Who knows? They just fall apart. That's all I have to know. And then on the offensive side, you got old Matt Ryan at this point. You have Kyle Pitts, which is nice, but you don't have a really good offensive line. Calvin Ridley doesn't play in there. Who's your best player on the offensive line on the offense that isn't Kyle Pitts? Cordell Patterson? Like, that's just not a team. That's not a good offense.
You can never forget about Russell Gage Jr. He does stuff.
Cool, I forgot about him because he's not that good.
He actually is pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like anybody like the Swiss Army knife that is Cordell Patterson is good for what he can do sometimes, but like that shouldn't be the second best player on your team. I'm sorry.
It's not the second best player on their offense.
I think it is.
Nah.
I feel like the fact that he can play all kinds of different positions makes him, like how versatile he is, makes him that good. But I still think it isn't a very good team to begin with. And then for number 25, I have the Broncos there.
I have the Bears at 25.
Dude, I just think the Broncos the Broncos are a really good team who just need a quarterback, but like as long as they don't get a quarterback or a head coach at this point, they just look like garbage to me.
I like Justin Fields and Khalil Mack. He does stuff when he's healthy, and Allen Robinson's gonna be gone because no one likes him there.
That's fair enough.
But Mooney, he works real hard with Justin Fields.
My problem if the Broncos had a decent quarterback, they'd be like 15 on this list. But no, it's the fact that they just have nothing on the offensive side of the ball.
They don't want a quarterback.
They don't have a heart of that team. It's a strong body with no heart.
They're gonna get Jimmy G.
Dude, they get Jimmy G. I wouldn't be so happy playing them anymore.
God, if they got Jimmy, I don't want to see Jimmy G twice a year. I don't think it'd be like that terrifying. But
he beat the Rams twice.
It wouldn't be.
He'd probably beat the Chiefs twice, honestly.
Nah,
that's what he does. He just beats the best team in his division. Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna lose to everybody else. That's okay.
You know what? Never mind. Jimmy G. Hey, the Broncos. They are looking for a quarterback. Do you want to come beat the Chiefs 2 times a year and then like split a series with the Chargers and then lose to the Raiders? I will be fine with that. Come be in the AFC West. Come join us.
At number 24, I have the Saints.
At number 24, I have the Seahawks.
The Saints have a lot of potential and they're really good. They're going to get Michael Thomas back this year, hopefully, maybe. Who knows? They have Alvin Kamara, their quarterback position. I like Taysom Hill, honestly, being on their team. I like what he brings to the table. If they just had anybody to be there stably, and if they re-sign Jameis Winston, who knows what they do.
Do you think they're going to sign... I don't think they're the cap to re-sign Jameis Winston.
They don't have the cap to go out there and get Russell Wilson, so what are they going to do?
I don't know.
They're going to just... Maybe can they franchise tag? No, he's probably not a restricted free agent, huh?
I don't know what they can do. They are hemorrhaging so much money.
Yeah, they honestly would probably be higher in this list with the fact that they're the bottom of the cap list. They got no cap room in that place.
I have them high on this list for one reason, and that's because even last year they were like 50 million under, and they were just like, hey, that's gone now. It's fine.
Yeah, but now it's 76 million, dude.
Dude, I don't know.
It's such a big number.
They're going to do some stupid stuff, and they're just going to be like, it's fine.
Yeah, even to do that, they're going to have to cut like at least 3 or 4 guys that matter to their team.
Oh, they're not going to cut them. Their contracts are extending to other years, so they're just going to be like, hey, you're gone now. You're traded. We have you
they also have a lot of free agents.
Oh, yeah. They can't re-sign any free agents. Oh, my God. Like, they can't re-sign their safety like
They just can't win. They can't win the offseason. There's too many things they got to worry about. It's too much.
Oh, they're not going to win the offseason, but I feel like they're going to do the most Saints thing and have like a medium offseason where they're going to come out and probably do what they did this year. But
I think they're going to be a 6-1 team next year.
Nah, I call it barely missing the playoffs again at the last week.
At number 23, I got the Washington football team.
At number 23, I have the Lions.
I think the Washington football team also could be so good. Their defense was good last year, then this year just they beat Tom Brady. Like, I don't know, man. The Washington football team's such an enigma. They have Taylor Heineke, and he has his moments, but he has the slowest release in the fucking world, and he can't, like, oh my god, he's good and he's smart, but he just doesn't have, like, the athletic ability out there.
Hey, maybe he can go be a good coach somewhere.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice thought. Why do you have the Lions at 23?
Because of how many wins they had, but like also at the same time, they're so just, they go out there, they fight every game, they play so hard, they just don't have the talent. And like I think they're gonna get like Kayvon Thibodeau and maybe a receiver in like free agency, and then they're gonna be primo next year.
I have the Lions at 22 for all those same reasons.
Yeah,
I just think the Lions are better than the Saints.
I have the Vikings at 22.
Yeah, for everything he said, I have the Lions at 22. They also have DeAndre Swift. Was it DeAndre?
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift, he's really good. And they got TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, they just got to bring him back in for.
If they just get a receiver, they don't even need two receivers. They just need one good receiver that can draw more coverage than other receivers and let them have their moments.
And then they just need like some stuff on their defense, because their defense is just. They're people playing hard, but they're not good.
Yeah.
Like, they're slower than everybody else.
I do think that this season did prove to people that like people want to play in Detroit now. People are like, dude, I want to go play for Dan Campbell.
Oh yeah, Dan Campbell could lead those men to hell and back, and they would follow him.
I think they're gonna have a steal in free agency. They're gonna get a couple guys that just wouldn't have gone there otherwise.
They're gonna get Allen Robinson and like.
That'd be nice.
And the safety that's just going to leave the Saints. They're going to get that good safety.
Maybe they get Tyrann Mathieu. Kayvon Thibodeau. They start building pieces around those guys.
Nah, whatever team gets Kyle Hamilton should get the Honey Badger.
That's so arbitrary.
No, they play different positions and it would be so...
Okay. That's so arbitrary, though.
Why is it arbitrary?
Because it's that's not how football works. You don't. I mean, that's how people want it to work. But you gotta, you take what's available. You don't do nonsense. Like, you don't know who's gonna draft Kyle Hamilton, and even if you do, like, who knows if they have the cap room for Tyrann Mathieu, especially with how much contract he wants now after having a pay cut already to stay on the Chiefs.
I know exactly where both of them are going. They're going to the Jets.
I don't think Tyrann Mathieu's inside the Jets. I don't think they have the cap room to sign Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, the Jets definitely do. The Jets are like 7th in available cap room.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they don't have that many guys.
And honestly, that might have been enough. I think Tyrann Mathieu's going to go for a big contract early on.
They have definitely enough money to sign Tyrann Mathieu to a big contract.
I'm saying they might get outbid. I'm saying like they might like they just because you're like being 7th doesn't mean you get the guy you want.
Who's gonna outbid him?
I don't know the top 10 guys right now, the top 7 guys right now, but I feel like they can get outbid at 7.
I don't think so. They're gonna be the safeties for the Jets next year. You hear folks.
And honestly, I don't think he would want to go to the fucking. And plus, the Jets head coach loves to spend money on offense. They love to spend money on offense. They throw money at the offense, crazy like.
Yeah, their rookie head coach that had one off season.
Yeah.
Well, what if he likes throwing money, but not just at offensive guys? He also likes defense.
Well, they're hoping for a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah,
I still think they're going to be worse than next year. At 21, I have the Cleveland Browns.
At 21, I have the Falcons.
I think the Browns are terrible.
Yeah.
I think there's a good chance Baker Mayfield comes back not the same because of how much he played through his injury. I think he might have fucked up his mechanics. Just, God, honestly, I'm nervous for Baker Mayfield coming back in this season because I feel like he fucked himself so hard this season. I've never seen a quarterback do that.
I have the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan's old. I really like Kyle Pitts. And Russell Gage, he does stuff too. Cordell Patterson, he's going to be gone. And their defense, it's not there.
So tell me this. You think because they have Kyle Pitts, they're above the Lions? Just that's the fact.
I also like their head coach. Arthur Smith, he has a nice
You like him more than MCDC?
No, I just... they
what?
have more wins. They were in the playoff race for a little bit. The Lions were not. Like, the Lions have a lot of potential.
Almost the same amount, honestly.
No, the Lions won 2 games and tied with the Steelers. And the Falcons won 6 games.
I'm just saying, I think the Lions still had playoff hopes until week 13, and the Falcons had week 14 or 15. Like, it wasn't a ton just because.
Well, that's because of the places they were at with like the divisions and stuff. Because the Lions still
have
only
a hell of a
2
lot
weeks.
harder division and harder schedule than the Falcons do.
And I still think the Falcons, well, they still had more wins.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Well, then why? So then your list should just be in order of
No, it's a variety. It's a variety of factors of why people are where on my list.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense to me, but that's just me.
Well, that is
At number
your
20,
opinion.
I have the Vikings because Jefferson is so good, and I think they're gonna get rid of Kirk Cousins.
At number 20, I have the Browns because they're good at places. They just need to work on a lot of stuff at different positions.
Knows the vaguest shit in the world.
Yeah, is that how you feel?
The football team needs to play better in certain ways, and then they'll be better.
Okay, well, like Myles Garrett has a nice pass rush, but they're like linebackers and need some work. But then they have one good corner, one bad corner. Well, he wasn't bad. He was more young.
I think most of the Browns' problems stem from offense, personally.
Oh, dude, it's all from quarterback and receiver. Like the running game and the line, solid. It's just half the offense bad.
It was really odd to me when Nick Chubb came back. He didn't come back with full force. He very much came back like half of what he is.
Oh yeah, Kareem Hunt was leading it once Kareem Hunt was leading it once Nick Chubb came back.
I don't know. The Browns worry me, frankly.
Yeah.
At number 19, I have the Ravens.
At number 19, I have the Saints.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think very highly of the Saints.
Dude, no, I think really highly of their head coach.
Sean Payton?
Dude, Sean Payton.
People wanted him fired this year. People want everybody fired, though.
People want a Mike Tomlin traded.
I don't understand people
Like,
at all.
I don't consider
Mike
yourself...
Tomlin dragged the Steelers to a 9-7-1 record this season.
So did Sean Payton. He dragged his team to 9-8 record.
That's good, but okay.
What?
It's not as good, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry he didn't tie the Lions. I don't know what you want from him.
I don't think he played the Lions.
He didn't play the Lions.
But yeah, I think the Ravens. I think they'll have a bounce back year, but I'm basing this off of the Tyler Huntley Ravens. I think they're 19th on this list. For me.
Yeah, you don't like that no cornerback situation, no running backs.
Yeah, the Ravens are a bunch of broken puzzle pieces with some really good schemes involved because John Harbaugh's a really good head coach.
Oh, great head coach.
And
then 18,
I
I have
the Dolphins.
I also have the Dolphins.
Dolphins are number 18 for me.
Tua, he's
Honestly,
alright sometimes.
If they didn't fire Brian Flores, they'd probably be like above the Colts. But they fired Brian Flores, so I just said fuck them.
Well, because Brian Flores didn't like Tua in the...
I know. Dude, they made a choice. They said, do we want Brian Flores or do we want Tua Tagovailoa? I think they made the wrong choice.
Well, yeah, because at the beginning of this year, everyone was down to just trade Tua. They're like, fuck Tua. But now, there's like, he did all right. He went on a 7-game win streak. He did stuff.
I don't know. Tua and Jalen Hurts have a lot of the same problems where it's like you got to play in their system.
Yeah, but
that's not what you want from a quarterback.
That's definitely not what you want from
You don't want a quarterback limiting your team like that. At number 17, I have the Seahawks.
Number 17, I have the Ravens.
I think with the Seahawks, if it's looking really weird right now. Who knows if they're gonna get rid of Russ? Who knows they're probably gonna keep Pete Carroll.
Oh, they already re-signed Pete Carroll. I think they're gonna trade Russ. They're gonna trade him to the Panthers.
I think Russ should go to the Colts personally.
Nah, Aaron Rodgers should go to the Colts.
I don't think he will.
Oh my God! But don't tell me if Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Colts.
Honestly,
that team
is just the Packers.
Oh, dude, that team would go off with Aaron Rodgers.
I think they'd just be the Packers. I think they'd just get to the AFC Championship game and lose. I don't know how much he would fix it.
I think he'd just win.
I think he needs a better team.
I think he can get past people in the AFC.
I'm thinking about the Colts and the Packers without their quarterbacks, and I'm just like, those are very similar teams.
Colts have a better line.
Packers have a better defense. Packers have a better run game. I don't know. It's a very debatable run game, honestly. Because we got MVP Jonathan Taylor on one side, obviously. Then you got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. And those are two really good running backs. I don't know. I just don't see it as much different. I don't think it's different. I think he needs some explosiveness at receiver and more than just one. And the Colts are getting rid of T.Y. Hilton. Like, he's retiring.
Dude, draft a receiver and big body Michael Pittman. Fire. He can catch it real high.
All right. At number 16, I have the Colts.
At number 16, I have the Chargers.
I think the Colts are a very good team. They just came up short this year. Way hard.
I think the Chargers, they need to build a little better on the line.
They need better receivers. They need better receivers so bad, dude.
They need a little bit more on defense, too. Their defense has...
It can't just be Joe,
but
it
has holes.
It can't just be a Bosa on their defense.
It's not just a Bosa. They have Asante Samuel Jr. They have a good safety, but they need like a middle linebacker.
You need better than just good in the NFL. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But like
having a good safety and a guy that I barely know the name of isn't enough.
Asante Samuel Jr. killer, but I only know that because I play him twice a year.
Yeah, see, that's different too. Division rivals are nonsense. That's me saying like Mike Hilton's the killer because I play him twice a year now in the Bengals, and he's not. He's on a good team.
No, he's good though. Asante Samuel Jr. He was a rookie this year or last year, and he did really good. Yeah.
At number 15, I have the Eagles.
At 15, I have the Colts.
I think the Eagles have the little Eagles hydra we had going didn't work in the playoffs, but I think it'll work in the regular season again. So I mean, they'll get back. I think they'll just get back to the same spot. They might make the playoffs next year if they make some changes.
I think the Colts really just need a better quarterback and probably some more receivers. But then they're kind of set. Just like the Browns, honestly.
Yeah. I think people need more than you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the NFL evolves every year. I mean, look at the Chiefs. They kept it the same. They have the same formula going as they did last year, and they're like a whole tier down just from where they were. I think the NFL evolves too fast to just add one or two pieces and hope it improves together. What are we at? 14 I have the Cowboys.
Oh, 14, I also have the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck them boys. Next one.
Worst team in the playoffs. They trash, garbage.
13, I have the Chargers.
13, I have the Steelers.
That's nice of you. I think the Chargers deserve to be in the playoffs this year. And I think it was very unfortunate the turn of events that caused them not to be in the playoffs. I benefited from it, and I was happy it happened, but I think they deserve to be there. I think they would have fucking won on a tear, honestly.
Well, they have to win more games next time and be better at the whole football thing.
And I would have been so much happier to see a Joe Burrow versus Justin Fields wildcard running game than a Derek Carr one. That would have been epic.
Well, tell him to win games.
Hey, he wins games sometimes. He's held back by his receivers. It's rough to watch. It really is.
Tell him to get good, be better.
Maybe they'll draft a receiver in the first round and get the next Jamar Chase. That's why I think they're going to draft James Williams. They're going to try to just copy the Bengals. They already kind of do.
Yeah, well, they need to be better at the football.
Wow, so much salt coming from you right now.
Yeah.
Number 12, I got the Patriots.
Number 12, I have the Eagles.
Wow, real high on the Eagles, are you?
Dude, I like their run game. I feel like they have some big holes on their defense, and their offense definitely needs some work. But
I like their run game, and I think it's a fun run game. But I think it's very situational, you know. I think when you see the effectiveness of the run game versus the opponents they're playing, it doesn't really line up like that to me.
I feel like they need another year under Nick Sirianni, and I feel like with their first-round picks that they're going to have this year, I feel like they're going to be a much better football team next year.
I don't think they'll actually improve as long as they keep I don't think they'll actually improve as long as they keep Jalen Hurts. I think they'll stay exactly where they're at.
I call improvement.
At number 11, I got the Steelers.
At number 11, I have the Raiders.
Wow. Real odd. Real odd to me.
Yeah.
Because I got the Raiders at 10. But I got the Steelers at 11. I feel like the Steelers team was really good this year, honestly. We had a few holes in our offensive line, and we had a hole at quarterback. And that's literally what we had. But those are two very big holes to have. They're two very big fixable holes, and I think we'll get it this offseason. That's what I feel like.
The Raiders were mentally tough. They had grit and grind throughout the whole season, throughout adversity, through hardship, and you know what? Proud of them. They went out there, they fought, they got to the playoffs, and I think they will have they have some brightness in the future.
Alright, now it's my turn to talk about the Raiders at 10. I got the Raiders at 10 here. And
I have the Patriots at 10.
Honestly, this is gonna hurt to say. I don't think the Raiders are gonna improve at all. I think they're gonna actually go way down. Yeah. I feel like you guys are gonna start to build a new system. I feel like if you keep your current head coach, so the guy who filled in, I feel like he'll get better. But I feel like if you restart Jim Harbaugh, he's gonna fucking scorch earth that shit for a minute.
Yeah.
I really do. I really think he's gonna be like, I came from Michigan. This is my new team. I'm gonna do the fuck I want with it. Who's gonna stop me?
I think Jim Harbaugh has proven as a head coach he goes places and starts winning. So I believe if we get Jim Harbaugh, we'll have
I've seen him score shit before.
Better.
I think he's a fun head coach to get. I think he's also a scary head coach to get. I saw him scorch earth them fucking 49ers, dude. They went to the Super Bowl that year, but he fucking tore them apart. I think if you get him, you're gonna have a hard year.
I have the Patriots at 10. Bill Belichick, good head coach. Mac Jones, pretty good rookie year. You know what?
It had its up and downs.
Yeah.
Dude, did you watch that Bills game?
I did watch the Bills game, and you know what? It's fine. It was his first game in the playoffs. You know who also had a bad first game in his playoffs?
Who?
Josh Allen. You know who else had a bad game in the first game of his playoffs?
Did he have a bad game in his playoffs? I think he won his first playoff game, then he lost the second round.
No, he got out. He went first to in the wild card and he lost. Then he went second year. I don't remember. It was the year before he went to the Chiefs in the divisional round.
Yeah, no, his first loss was against the Chiefs, dude.
Ah.
Happens.
And
then our final pick of this video, our final power ranking is number 9 for me is the Cardinals.
Number 9 for me is also the Cardinals.
Cardinals are a good team. They just need D-Hop back, honest to God. They just lost D-Hop at the worst time, and that's what are you going to do?
I feel like... I don't know. I don't think the Cardinals can win a Super Bowl with Kyler Murray at quarterback.
I think that's an odd way to phrase that. I think their defense needs some serious improvement this offseason. You might lose Chandler Jones. You might lose J.J. Watt. You might lose a lot of guys.
J.J. Watt's on a 2-year. He's back next year.
You never know.
Unless they trade him.
Yeah, you never know.
They're not going to trade him, though. No one wants old, injury-prone J.J. Watt.
Dude, a bunch of people want J.J. Watt.
Yeah, you want J.J. Watt.
Dude, I want J.J. Watt. I know the fucking Browns would want J.J. Watt. I know
the Browns want J.J. Watt.
Browns want. They're gonna lose Clowney. Why would they want J.J. Watt? J.J. Watt's he's not like a hot commodity, but he's like definitely like a B tier guy to get. Where like, I want that guy if I can get that guy. Why not? All right, that's the. Well, we'll have the playoff teams, the current playoff teams, in the next video. So you gotta just wait for that. Sorry, don't throw my hat.